So anyway, I have some audio to play for you here in just a little while, originated by us, of course, Fear the Boom and the Bust. And then also we have this audio. This is from Chris Matthews last night. You're going to breathe deep. Now like Lamaze. Because you're going to need deep breathing exercises on this one.
I was trying to think about who he was tonight, and it's interesting. He is post-racial, by all appearances. I forgot he was black tonight for an hour. He's.
He forgot he was black.
I can't.
He forgot it.
He forgot he was black for an hour, and then all of a sudden he remembered. Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? He was a black guy.
What a weird comment.
What a weird comment.
Was anybody thinking?
That is a career-ending comment for anyone. For anyone except those on the left.
Because he seems to be saying it in a way like it's a compliment.
I always think that he's black. But he was so good
that I
forgot that he was black for an hour.
He's almost as good as a white guy.
I mean, think about that statement.
Like, wait a minute.
It is like you're watching him during the speech thinking, he's a black guy. The whole time.
Yeah.
Right, that's what he's saying he does.
Or,
and this was an
guy
exception.
is so good, he could be white.
Can you imagine the heights that he would aspire to someday to be white?
He might even make it into like a country club, and people might say for like 20 minutes, it's not going to last long, but for like 20 minutes, then all of a sudden he's one of them dark-skinned boys. Get him out of here. That's what I mean.
Apparently, that's what Chris believes. I don't.
Apparently, that is.
Certainly, this is how it would be, reported on. If he was a conservative.
No, there's no way else to spin that.
Well,
there's no way else to spin that. Now, you can ignore it. You can ignore it, and say, oh well, it makes no difference. It's just a stupid guy saying something stupid. Which, that's the way you make your own judgment on political correctness, and that's the way it should be. But the left would drum anyone out on a comment like that. And there's no two ways of taking that. Give me the other way of taking, I forgot that he was black for an hour. Play it again. Play it again.
Yeah, all right.
Here it comes.
It's coming now.
I forgot he was black tonight for an hour. He's gone a long way to become a leader of this country and passed so much history in just a year or two. I mean, it's
Stop.
You could say he felt colorblind by the wonderful speech.
You know what? Can I tell you something? I don't think of color. I'm sorry, but I don't think of color. I'm listening to the man's words.
You got to think, though, if you're a liberal, you see many of them, and I think Chris Matthews probably falls into this category to some degree, sees everything through the prism of race and has to constantly bring it up over everything.
So who's the racist?
Well, this is what I'm saying, is that he sees it all the time, and this time he didn't even pop into his mind that the race was
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Has anybody within the sound of my voice said or heard any conservative in your private life? Just answer this in your own head. In your private life, could you imagine you saying to your wife, what would your wife or your husband say to you if after that speech say, my gosh, I forgot he was black for a while? Well, what would they say to you? My wife would look at me.
What kind of racist comment was that?
What the hell is that?
I think you could say something like, you don't even notice color with this guy. He's beyond anything that.
Yeah, maybe you had that conversation 2 years ago.
Yeah, but he does make it seem like
he's the president of the United States.
Right. Chris Matthews does make it seem like he normally does see him as a black person and think about it. But this time he's an exception.
He makes it seem. Play it again, please. He makes it seem.
He is post-racial, by all appearances. I forgot he was black tonight for an hour.
He's back to remembering now. It was just that hour.
It was that for an hour. I forgot he was black. I constantly notice that he's black. But for an hour tonight, I forgot he was black. Could somebody just put a sign on his chest that says he's black? So in case I slip into just listening and judging the man from the content of his character,
Look, I will be honest with you. I do not think he should be fired for that remark. I do not think that he should be reprimanded. I think he should maintain that time slot till the end of time. Always keep Chris Matthews on against us. Do it all the time for the end of time. Please continue to do it, MSNBC, because I can't take someone who would get within double digits. Like if we only beat him by somebody by 9-1. On a given night, I would be very upset at this point. I'm so used to 12 and 13-1 victories that I would be very upset if you put anyone else on. So please, leave him on. We'll ignore it for the rest of the day. If you don't want us to talk about it, we will stop talking about it because we need him on the air against us. Please continue to put him on every night.
I seriously, without any joke, say I don't want him fired for that comment. I think that it's like I didn't want Van Jones fired. I didn't want him fired. I want an explanation. I want an explanation on Van Jones. Who hired him? Did you know that he was a 9/11 truther? Did you know that he was a radical communist? His own words. Did you know that he was in bed with Mumia in Philadelphia? Did you know all these things? The answer is yes. So why would you put that person in next to the president of the United States? Why would you do that? That it needs to be answered. I don't want Chris Matthews fired. I don't believe in firing people because of their viewpoints. I believe in you just don't watch them because of their viewpoints.
Well, people are doing that.
Yeah, they're not. I know.
Mm-hmm. They're all in on that one.